think you're afraid of failure, but what you are really afraid of is regret, the silent prison you build around yourself without even realizing it. At the end of your life, what will weigh heavier on your heart? The mistakes you made along the way? Or the dreams you never dared to chase, the words you never spoke, the chances you let slip by? Regret is not about failing. It's about longing for the life you could have lived, the person you could have become. It's an unresolved ache, a constant whisper that says, "What if?" It grows louder with every passing year, every opportunity you turn away from, every dream you shelve for someday that never comes. Failure teaches you. It gives you scars, yes, but also wisdom. Every time you fall, you learn something new about yourself, about the world, about what really matters. But regret? Regret leaves nothing behind but emptiness. Regret is a door that was never opened, a road never walked, a song never sung. We often tell ourselves we're waiting for the right time. We'll start that project, make that call, take that leap when we're ready, when everything is perfect. But perfect timing is a myth. It's a lie we tell ourselves to justify our fear. Life doesn't wait for perfect conditions. Opportunities rarely announce themselves with flashing lights and a guaranteed safety net. They come quietly, disguised as small chances, and if we hesitate too long, they pass us by. The truth is, most people don't regret the things they tried and failed. They regret the things they were too afraid to even attempt, the conversations they never started, the places they never visited, the passions they buried under practicality and fear. Think about it. Right now, at this very moment, what is one thing your heart aches to do, but fear keeps you frozen? What dream sits quietly inside you, waiting for you to be brave enough to take the first step? Regret doesn't appear overnight. It builds slowly. It starts with small choices, choosing comfort over courage, safety over risk, routine over passion. And before you know it, those small moments compound into a life half-lived. And the most painful part? Regret isn't loud. It's quiet. It's subtle. It doesn't scream at you. It lingers like a shadow, a weight you carry silently. It shows up in the quiet moments when you can't sleep at night, when you watch someone else living the life you secretly wanted, when you realize the only thing standing between you and your dreams was fear. Failure may bruise your ego, but regret bruises your soul. Life isn't about avoiding mistakes. It's about writing a story worth telling, even if it's messy, even if it's unpredictable. The most memorable lives aren't the ones without scars. They're the ones lived boldly, fiercely, and without apology. You have a choice. Stay frozen in fear and watch your dreams wither, or step into uncertainty and at least have a story you are proud to tell. Regret is like a slow poison. It doesn't hit all at once, it seeps in over time. At first it feels like a small discomfort, a tiny "what if" you can easily brush aside. But the more you ignore it, the deeper it sinks. And one day you wake up and realize that you didn't just miss a moment. You missed a lifetime of possibilities. Because regret doesn't just live in the past. It shapes your present. It changes how you see yourself. You stop seeing yourself as someone capable of taking bold steps, and you start believing the story that you are someone who waits, someone who watches, someone who hesitates. And the more you tell yourself that story, the more you live it. Fear convinces you that safety is the goal, that avoiding pain and uncertainty is the smartest thing you can do. But the cost of that safety is invisible until it's too late. It's the life you didn't live, the relationships you didn't build, the dreams you left gathering dust because you thought you had more time. Here's the truth most people don't want to face. Time is not promised. Someday is not a guarantee. Every day you delay, every dream you postpone, you gamble with the only thing you truly own, this moment. Ask yourself honestly, what risks are you avoiding right now because you're afraid? What dreams are you telling yourself you'll chase later? What truths are you too scared to speak? The cost of living with regret isn't just emotional, it's existential. It shapes your soul. It weighs on your spirit. It creates a gap between who you are and who you could have been. And the saddest part? Regret doesn't scream. It whispers. It is the quiet thought at the end of the day. I could have been more. I could have done more. I could have lived more. But it's not too late. As long as you are breathing, there is time to choose differently. To choose courage over comfort, action over hesitation, growth over fear. Living without regret doesn't mean you'll never make mistakes. It means you'll make mistakes in motion, while reaching, while growing. It means you'll stumble sometimes, but at least you'll stumble forward, not stand still. It's better to try and fail than to wonder forever what might have been. Trying imperfectly beats standing on the sidelines every single time. Action is messy, growth is uncomfortable. But regret is far heavier to carry than any failure could ever be. So when faced with a choice between comfort and risk, between hesitation and a leap, remember, regret grows in the spaces where courage is absent. And courage doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means you choose to act despite the fear. Your future self is watching you right now. What story do you want them to tell? One of chances taken, or one of dreams deferred? To live without regret, you have to choose action over perfection. Waiting until you feel 100% ready, until everything is aligned perfectly, is just another form of fear in disguise. If you wait for the perfect moment, you'll be waiting forever. The people who move forward, who build lives they're proud of, aren't the ones who waited until they weren't afraid. They were the ones who moved anyway, fear and all. You have to be willing to be imperfect, to try, stumble, get messy, and still keep going. Because growth doesn't come from standing still. Growth comes from movement, even clumsy, uncertain, awkward movement. Every step you take, even if it's shaky, is a victory against regret. And just as important as choosing action is practicing forgiveness, especially toward yourself. You will make mistakes. You will sometimes choose wrongly. But carrying the weight of those mistakes forever only feeds regret. Instead, forgive yourself for what you didn't know then. Forgive yourself for being scared, for hesitating, for needing time. Let your past be your teacher, not your jailer. The only way to heal the wounds of regret is to stop punishing yourself for them. Look back not with judgment, but with understanding. I did the best I could with what I knew then, and now I know better. Now, I choose differently. Redefine what mistakes mean. A mistake isn't a sign you were failing. It is a sign you were living. It's proof that you dared to step outside your comfort zone. Every stumble, every wrong turn, every awkward beginning is part of the path to something greater. When you live in fear of mistakes, you shrink your life into something small, safe, and suffocating. But when you embrace mistakes as necessary stepping stones, you expand your life. You give yourself permission to dream bigger, reach further, love harder. And this doesn't mean you throw caution to the wind or act recklessly. It means you live with conscious risk, making choices that align with your values even when they scare you. It's easy to stay trapped in analysis waiting for absolute certainty. But certainty is a myth. Courage is real. Courage is waking up and choosing to show up even when the outcome is unclear. It's opening your heart knowing it might get broken. It's pursuing a dream knowing it might not look exactly how you imagined. It's trusting that even if you fall, you will rise again, stronger and wiser than before. And the beautiful thing is, the more you practice courage, the more natural it becomes. What once terrified you becomes just another part of the adventure. You begin to crave growth instead of fearing it. You start seeing the unknown not as a threat, but as a space where miracles can happen. The life you want is on the other side of the risks you're afraid to take. And every day you have the chance to choose differently, to choose bravery over regret, growth over safety, life over fear. Living without regret is not about avoiding pain. It is about choosing a kind of pain you can live with. The sting of trying and failing will fade. The ache of never trying will not. One leaves you with lessons and memories. The other leaves you with empty questions that never find an answer. When you live true to your heart, regret doesn't vanish, but it loses its power. Because even when things don't go the way you hoped, you'll know you honored your deeper truths. You stayed loyal to what mattered most inside you. And that loyalty, to yourself, to your dreams, to your values, is something no outcome can ever take away. Stay connected to your values. Because regret often doesn't come from failure. It comes from betrayal of what you know deep down to be right for you. It comes from moments when you silence your own voice to please others, when you let fear speak louder than your inner wisdom. When you live from your values, you live with integrity. You make peace with the risks because you know that whatever happens, you were true to yourself. And at the end of your life, that truth will mean more than any temporary success or failure ever could. Remember, mistakes will happen. Losses will happen. But these are not reasons to hold back. They are part of the fabric of a full, meaningful life. A life lived close to the heart, not behind walls of fear. The real tragedy is not falling down. It's never stepping onto the path at all. It is letting fear build barriers around your spirit until you re-imprisoned by your own caution. You don't have to know exactly where the path leads. You don't have to be fearless, you just have to be willing. Willing to move forward, willing to try, willing to trust that even if you stumble, you're still moving closer to the life you're meant to live. Imagine standing at the end of your journey, looking back. Imagine the pride you'll feel. Not because everything went perfectly, but because you dared. You dared to love, to create, to hope, to believe. You dared to live fully, even when it scared you. The only real prison is the life you never dared to live. The only real mistake is letting fear keep you small. Everything else, the stumbles, the wrong turns, the broken dreams, those are just proof that you were brave enough to try. So let go of the need for perfection. Let go of the idea that safety is found in standing still. Safety is an illusion. Growth, love, meaning, those are found in motion, in vulnerability, in the willingness to be fully alive. Today, you have a choice: to stay hidden behind fear, or to step boldly into the unknown and create a life worth remembering. Mistakes will come, so will losses. But when you live from your heart, you'll have far fewer regrets and far more stories worth telling. Choose your story, choose your courage, choose your life.